Hey, it's your favorite life coach, Dr. Boz, and I am just finishing up all my preparations for what will be one of my very first live events for 2022, the Emancipation Brunch, where I'm bringing together a bunch of women and we can talk about what it means to be free and how we get free. And of course, it's based on my book, Quiet Strength, Loud Confidence, Reflections and Realizations of a Free Black Woman. And I just wanted to share some of my thought process and sort of like what happens leading up to those events. One of the great things that happens is that I have friends who call and check on me and ask me if I need help or if there's something that they need to do. And most of the times I say no. But I do have a team of people who help me with stuff. So, the last few days, it's lots of like phone calls and checking in and making sure that people who are supposed to be there are going to be there and that they understand the assignment, everything from the venue to the planner to, food providers, whatever it is. And then just sort of double checking my list in terms of, do I have all my supplies that I'm going to need for the event. Another thing that I usually will end up doing is doing a run through myself of the event, like practicing parts, because sometimes when I'm practicing or I'm, reading a snippet from my book, a thought will come to me. So I go through and I do my highlights and my post-its. I check my equipment to make sure that everything's working if it's my equipment. So today I had to make sure that my microphone and my speaker and Bluetooth and everything was all set up so that we could have music, because music is a major part of anything that I do. Another thing that I did was I was quiet today. And even though I didn't want to be, it was a beautiful day outside and I could have been out and about and frolicking. I definitely made sure that I kind of was quiet because I also understand that the work that I'm doing is fun and as energetic as it's going to be. It's going to take a lot of energy from me, and it's also very important work. And so I want to honor that by making sure that I am kind to myself during that day. And so I rested and kind of practiced solitude for as much as I could, because it's very important for me to just be in that headspace. And again, making sure that I had copies of everything, that all my supplies were there. I even started packing my car with some things that are either heavy lifts so that tomorrow I'm good. I did the lay out my ensemble and shoes and all that other good stuff. Last minute social media posts is another thing that I do. And then I also think about my plan for afterwards. Like, what am I going to do to reward myself and also to decompress after that? Because of really a lot goes into events. And I think that's probably what I wanted to share, is that a lot of times people see the end product. Like, they see either the event or they see the beautiful event photos, but that's it. They don't see all the things that go behind it, the hours and hours of work in terms of, trying to promote the event, developing a strong event that's going to, teach people and shift, because that's my main goal, is to shift. So making sure that the events move slow, like through with the good flow, making sure that we fit the events within the time frame. So timing is also important, and then sort of having many backup plans to backup plans is also good, because I found myself, forgetting a couple things. Like, I had to go get raffle tickets the other day, but I check and I double check. Usually for an event, I will create a task list for myself, and then a separate column, like sort of other folks who I delegated a task to, whether it was folks that I hired or volunteered. And that's usually pretty helpful. And like I said, the great part is that people will ask. The feelings that go into putting on events vary. It's a little bit of everything. So I definitely feel the excitement, almost like a kid on Christmas Eve, because I know that it's going to be a powerful event. But obviously, there's still always a little bit of anxiety around it, because again, you want to make sure like everything is in place. Not high anxiety. This is that good, like, oh, I'm excited, I'm anxious, I can't wait type of energy. And so that's why I said it's good for me to be still, be calm, try to be grounded during that process. I was a little disappointed that there's a couple folks who purchased tickets who were not able to attend, but I was also grateful that they contacted me and gave away tickets to people. So there were people who get to attend this event for free. I'm thankful for the folks who purchased tickets for their friends and for their family members. So very, very grateful for that piece. But it was definitely it's been like a whirlwind of emotions up and down. And of course, anytime that I start to feel myself getting feeling like the anxiety starting to come in, then again I go back to sort of grounding myself a little bit, popping on some music, moving my body or watching something mindless for a little while, and then all right, let's go back to whatever it is. Other emotions that have come up for me, a little bit of resentment, if I'm honest, just in terms of you have expectations for people to either attend or support your event, and they don't. And so that one can be, hurtful. And I totally understand that there are times where, people either are uninterested or people just, they have other things going on, or just for whatever reason can't afford the ticket. There's plenty of reasons, but for me, I had the expectation that people who I had a certain relationship with would sort of reach out and say, "Hey, can't make your event, but," or I put out a call. I remember to the men, because most of my events are centered around women. Like, that's just who I serve. I let folks know that, but I put out a call for men to, you can still support me by sending your woman, your sister, your daughter, or just purchasing a ticket for someone who can't afford it. And I didn't get that either. So sometimes that can be a little bit disappointing when I expect people to show up how I show up for people, whether it's physically, whether it's financially, whether it's emotionally, whether it's by sharing their information. So I definitely was met with lots of gratitude, but definitely there was some resentment that came up for me. But as you'll learn if you read my book, that I talk about, when that comes up, then we have to find a way to metabolize that and also to address it. So I will. But other than that, I just feel really excited, but also at this point, I'm serene because I feel like all my stuff is done. Like, all my materials that I ordered came in on time. Everything's packed and ready to go. I checked my list and checked it 3, 4, 5 times. So yeah, I'm feeling really good. But I just thought I'd just, share with you, like, pretty much like my process and all the other things that are happening in putting on events, basically solo. I mean, I definitely, like I said, have a support team, but I'm a one woman show currently. And it's okay because I usually don't do a lot of in person events. Most of my work has been virtual, and that's why I kind of am excited to be in front of an audience and also to be doing something locally, because a lot of my work has been more online and just folks everywhere across the country. So it feels good to like be with my people. So I'm looking forward to doing an event locally tomorrow. I'm looking forward to all the different ages of women that are going to be there, um, and just the way that people will be changed. I already know people will be changed. They might be changed at different levels, but they will be changed. So that's it. I just thought I'd share a little behind the scenes with you and be a little bit transparent. You have a lovely evening. I know I'm going to make sure that I'm well rested for tomorrow. Alrighty? Peace.